Chemistry. Okay. Research labs, because I've got power and because I've got some amazing policy cards going, rationalism giving me a lot of science per turn. It means research labs suddenly are worth a lot of scientific moolah for me, so they are getting prioritized in, well, pretty much every single one of my cities right now. It's worth me putting these things in as quickly as I can. Dido had an impressively large empire. Like, it's actually pretty impressive. I mean, it's nothing that I can't just melt through, but I mean, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities I've already taken, and they've got at least 2 more, and probably more than that. Yeah, look at this, look at all these. God, Dido was doing amazing. Oh, I feel bad for ruining her game. I don't feel that bad. That's a lie. I can't hold a straight face and say that. This should give me my first railway. Yes, it does. In fact, it's the first railway in the world. Of course it is. Nobody really has my ambition in Civ. I just can't keep up with me and my grand railway-based plans. This may be a slight problem though. I am suffering from a fact that these Curacao cores they're stopping me really from attacking pretty badly. I need to think, these musketmen corps are a little bit tougher, but the upgrade to infantry, I can do it, but I have no oil. I mean, rocketry would be something I'd love to start building the spaceport. I'll have to hold fire just for now, but I need to give that a consideration. Oh, Sweden is just the best ally ever. They're starting to give me culture now as well, which is a good thing because, they were slowly picking up tourists. I mean, very slowly. But it just helps me to get to the better civics later in the game. I'm going to pass on Turing. Not normally something I do, but I'm hoping... Yeah, Nobel's pretty good. I was hoping to get either Einstein, who hasn't popped up just yet, or one of the first scientists to give me rocketry or other sort of boosts relating to, those sort of spaceport projects. So Nobel will be alright. Actually, Nobel's okay, because he gives me some Eureka stuff and also more great people points going forward. So, yeah, I'll take all that. Okay, Dido finally moved their unit out of the encampment, which is a fantastic thing. Means I can finally get my bombers to kill it. Lovely. Oh, that was painful up until that point. Alright, musketmen, everybody forward now. I need to take this city. They are frustrating me. Rocketry. Woohoo! That's actually a really good one. Right, that means I actually don't need more military engineers. 2 is enough. They're connecting up my empire very nicely for now. But it means the spaceport. My capital is pretty much the only city that I think could make the spaceport just raw from what it is. So I'm going to do that. We'll build the spaceport on that tile. Don't forget as well, I've got a huge amount of forest and rainforest in the surrounding areas that I can clear later in order to rush some of these projects through. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But to purchase a spaceport in, which is something I will have to just consider in, 3,600 faith. Okay, so a little bit more than I've got at the moment, but not too much more. I believe this should be Sidon captured. Yes, it is. Oh, lovely. That is a wonderful pickup for me. Oh, Great Library. I've just picked up the Great Library. Oh, I was wondering where that had gone. Brilliant. Amenities are becoming a little bit of a problem, so Republican Legacy is just going to switch in quickly, and I'm just going to do a bit of trading to see if I can get some luxuries in, because there's going to be a bunch that I haven't got. Yeah, like Jade and Coca, these are 2 very good examples. I mean, do I want to conveniently forget to make an alliance with Mali, seeing as they've got a lot of troops? Well, good land and not many troops. That's probably a better way of putting it. I mean, I think they've even got... They don't really have many campuses, but this is an incredibly high gold producing area. 125 science per term. They're doing yeah, okay. I mean, it would be an interesting incorporation into my empire. I don't need to do it, but they're not really, no, they're not particularly scientific, so I will make peace with them just for now. But, there's nothing that a nuke can't solve when it comes to dismantling an alliance as quickly as you need it. Okay, there is no bell. Oh, Einstein. Einstein is who I want, plus 4 science for all of my research labs. Oh yes, that is wonderful, because don't forget that stacks with the rationalism card. Nobel gives me 100 great people points towards everyone. Actually, that just knocks Eiffel through, which is pretty good. So 15 turns for Einstein, and I think I'm now starting to finish these research labs, which will help to accelerate him through even more. But Eiffel, 3 charges on Eiffel. What am I going to build myself? Well, if in doubt, the Taj Mahal is always a fantastic wonder to build. I'm going to lose a 6 food tile here, but my capital's big enough so I can afford to do that. But we'll get the Taj Mahal going. I'll rush it through. The reason the Taj Mahal is so good is because, well, essentially it guarantees you a golden age from that point through to the rest of the end of the game, because of those extra era scores it gives you. Oh, they are special. Oh, Venice. Oh, I totally missed this city. Whoops. Okay, yeah, Venice I need to take. That is a city-state. I can liberate that and give myself a new friend. What a glorious little find. It thinks 73 strength is going to be enough to stop me. It's not. It's not. Taj Mahal. Oh, the railway to it. Well, I did need instant and, convenient access to my wonder. So that's pretty good. It's even got a little door for it. Is that there? I think that might be Oxford University as well, next to a campus. Oh my goodness, this is just a wonderful little arrangement we've got going here. And in we come to Venice. Blanc. I think I will liberate that one, giving me some more diplomatic favour, removing some excess grievances from me, as well as making me a new city-state friend. Gives me a lot more gold actually, Venice. Venice is a very good pickup. Finally, Colossus is always a good pickup. Again, if you're never sure what to spend your charges on, Colossus gives you another trade route and a free trader with it. Quite useful, because you just chuck that trader to your capital, and with democracy and Wisselbanken, that's a lot of extra yields. Oh, finally, ideology. Oh, I needed to combine this. Definitely. You can keep throwing these military emergencies at me, but I just feel like no one is really going for them, because people like me and not you. Yeah, look at that. Even they only voted for it once. They brought it before World Congress, got a sort of sense of where the wind was blowing diplomatically, and sort of went, yeah, never mind. Oh, I mean, at least they tried. There's refining. As soon as I've got oil in, yeah, the inventory upgrade is going to make a huge difference to the survivability of these musketmen. They are being ripped apart by the defences posed by Carthage. I mean, these field cannon cores have given the cities a lot of strength. Luckily for me, anytime they ever poke their heads outside of their air raid shelters, my bombers just rip them apart, but it's a little bit annoying. Oh no, shock horror! Byblos thinks that it can resist me with a field cannon core and a single cuirassier. Unfortunately, that's a big old no from me. Oh dear. I mean, you know what? They're trying, and that is commendable. What do you reckon we should do in this golden age? To arms. To arms might be quite good if I wanted to build more of a military, but nah, I think Heartbeat of Steam is just delightful. Just extra production from my campus. I mean, that's just giving my capital at the very least like 8 production. 110 we're up to now. Oh, and I think it could get better as well, because, oh, yep, there's a trader. Did I mention that I won the Nobel Prize in Physics? I feel like I mentioned that. If you're playing as Korea and you don't get that, there's a problem. World's Fair sounds delightful. I love the idea of getting myself district culture bombs, tourism from Great Works. Honestly, it doesn't matter, let's go writing. And I like the idea of having 2 points, so let's just vote on that one quickly. Let's, don't need to vote on World's Fair very often. We'll do 2 votes on that and then 3 votes on that. I think that should be swell. Let's see if that works. Probably won't. Christina! Oh, okay, I won the other 2. Actually, we got to keep an eye on Sweden. They tend to rack up diplomatic points, like, pretty reasonably quickly. Yeah, they're on 11 points somehow. Bastards. How did they do that? Oh dear. In comes 5-year plan. Again, sometimes this happens. It doesn't actually reset itself properly. Like, natural philosophy, 5-year plan and craftsman should not all be available at the same time, but I'm going to see if I can just do it for a turn. Why not? Actually, no, this doesn't work, does it? I have tested that before. It does. You think it's going to give you a double bonus, but it doesn't. The computer is stupid enough to not be able to pick up that that is an issue, but it's clever enough to, if you try and do it, it goes, no. It's a bit of a shame, that. Never mind. Oh, I could have got forced modernization before I just upgraded all my flipping inventory. Ugh, fine. What do you reckon? I was thinking about going for a communism game because of the sort of war and science combination I've got going, but I still have 4 alliances, somehow. So I think democracy's got to be the way to go. It's very rare, very, very rare that I actually can kill an entire civ and still go democracy, but sure. I'm just not taking the risk with Einstein, he's too good. Oh, right, I'm going to see if I can get some gold to buy him. Hang on. Luckily, I'm in one of those games where the computer just cannot hold on to strategics. Like, they're just missing all kinds of strategics everywhere, so I can just keep funneling them all for gold. Hey, look at that, just like 400 off the bat. There we go, with a bit of gold. Einstein is mine. Right. Schrödinger is up next, I believe. Has anyone just jumped on the next scientist? No. Okay, the next scientist, Schrödinger, is ages away, so that's good. That gives me time to be working for him. Fantastic. Hoping Einstein will give me quite a bit more science, actually. Yes, 5 more science. Hang on, let's let that work through. I don't trust that as being correct. So with this, Beerblas is now mine. Thank you. Oh, professional sports as well, been boosted. Lovely. I've got the Colosseum here again. That is a delightful thing for me. Moksha, I really need to keep Moksha actually in like a friendly city, but for now this will do. Let's just quickly plonk you all in. Now, I do need to keep an eye on this. The grievances thing is beginning to give me quite a negative relationship on all of my allies. I want to keep my allies for as long as I can because democracy is amazing. So we're actually going to make peace with Dido now. I'm going to see if I can just sort of like give her or take everything. Oh, she wants like a little bit of stuff. You know what? I will get a decent trade deal with you going to celebrate our peace. Sounds like you need a bit of coal. Let's give you some coal. Let's give you a bit of oil. Yeah, look, there you go. Perfect. So we get to keep all the cities, which is wonderful. We've got 510 grievances against them, but those are now going to degrade. They will take an embassy. They probably will take open borders. Yeah, look at that. If it wasn't for the grievances, they would actually be my friend. That's the ridiculous thing. And hopefully we've actually just saved Taruga if possible. I'd quite like to take this city-state over, like 557, because that was giving me a huge amount of science. And if Mali ends up capturing it, I might actually have to declare an emergency to go and free it. That would reduce my grievances even further, actually, so that's not a bad idea. Also, check out this railroad. Oh yeah, I've connected up all of the cities on my main continent. Those are all fantastic. There's a lot. I've got some cities actually that I need to really think about renaming. Hang on, let's have a think about this. That's a bit better. Okay, we've got names for everything now. I'm intrigued to see if everybody can pin down every single one of these and tell me who they are. It's a pointless challenge for you all there. And yes, I know my tastes are all over the place, and these are not necessarily all fantastically heavily rated choices. This is all just stuff I quite like and have been listening to in the last month. Exciting times, it's democracy. Okay, there's a reason, well, there's a few reasons that democracy is really exciting. Not only do you get more food and production from all the trade routes, which just is amazing, but you get this little sweet thing in, New Deal. Oh yeah, just all the extra housing and amenities. Oh, the thing is, New Deal affects your capital and all of the big cities you've got, and that really helps. I'm also going to put invention in. Extra engineer points per turn, plus extras for every workshop. That stacks up pretty damn quickly. They're not the best ones, though. Those are all slightly further down the tree. Now, I believe capitalism has got one of them. That's the merchants. Okay, there is science foundations. That's the one I want. You get scientist points for every university and research lab, as well as every factory and power plant, the great engineer points. That's amazing. It is such a good, underrated card. People tend to avoid nuclear program because it's sort of off on its own little track, and there's no reason to go down it, but it's amazing. 7 turns for an Earth satellite. Let's open this bad boy up. Oh, wow. Oh, Hinduism is back. Oh, finally. Hinduism brings feed the world with it, which, as you know, was my favourite religious choice. That is wonderful to see. Oh, fantastic. Okay, great. Right, well, in that case, we need to really start to make sure that this is spreading around where it can. I had a spare missionary in here. Come on, get yourself back in, capital. Extra housing and the extra food. Oh, it makes such a difference. And with this, the railroad is now complete. Ta-da! And a nice perfect circle around my empire. Alright, now to bring it to my new continent. Oh, they're going to take Taruga. That's okay, that is a little bit annoying because it's giving me a lot of extra science. But as I say, if I can liberate it, I will. Yep, it's gone. It's gone. They may not actually be able to hold on to it. That would be an intriguing prospect. So here we go, change the policies. Yes, Republican Legacy is fantastic, but Science Foundations is amazing. This will give me a bunch more points. I'm also just going to turn up the squeeze on the pressure just a little bit here. Bread and circuses. Night Visions is a tiny little city, so it's not going to make too much of a difference, but Muppets Christmas Carol, now this should be able to put on a little bit more pressure, so I'm hoping we can really start to push Taruga down. I mean, they may end up keeping hold of it. I can't really do any of this. Hang on, new discussion available for proposal. I might be able to ask for a military emergency here. If I can do that, that would be swell. Oh, and yeah, look at this, 148 engineer points, 120 scientist points. We're rocketing through now. Globalization next up, so let's go towards Cold War. Research nuclear fission. Is that likely for me to do? I mean, it's there. I could do it, build one oil plant and have 3 armies or armadas. Okay, here we go, Goddard, Space Race Projects, he's one I want. Look at all this. The aid request for me, it looks like it gave me hardly anything, but I did get quite a lot. I think it's because a lot of people are now putting... Actually, no, it's just me polluting the world at the moment. I need to be careful of that, actually. I am flooding the world very quickly, and I need to sort myself out. Yeah, I might have to actually switch to oil power as quick as I can. And this diplomatic issue I'm causing, I quite like the favour, that's the thing. I'm just going to do that quickly, actually. Switch to oil power. This is why the Taj Mahal is so good. Just using gold to buy military academy in my capital, and I get 4 era score for doing it. Delightful. Right, Schrödinger, 3 random technology boosts. That is pretty damn good. We'll just see what he can produce for me. Lasers, composites, and stealth tech. Not bad. Not bad at all, actually. Who's up next? Mary Leakey. She's pretty good, but I mean, that sort of boost works very well if you're catching up, but I am well ahead, so I guess it sort of cements me a little bit further. Aztecs are doing that thing where they don't want to be friends with me again. It's like, come on. So many greens. Ooh. Dido actually denouncing me helps me because it helps to get rid of some of those grievances that she has with me. They're slowly decaying, but I need to do some stuff that actually gains me an ability here. Look, oh, you see, I think this is the military emergency for the city-state. We'll see if that goes through. Anyway, I've just put the satellite into space, so you can see the Sahara is over there. The Chocolate Hills, oh man, that would have been good for Darwin when I had him. Never mind. Oh, the Gubistan as well, that would have been quite good. And there's the satellite, off it goes. We'll have a look and see what this map looks like. Actually, wow, yeah, look how small my continent was. I have my own little continent. That's quite nice, actually. You can see that Sweden was over here. They were doing very nicely. They're just sort of keeping themselves to themselves in the frozen north. Haven't really been too aggressive. Indonesia. Actually, these guys have done pretty well, just spreading around. They're starting to actually send stuff out for little islands, but they've missed out a load of islands, which is Indonesia. It's very strange that Aztecs are doing a better job of populating this. Like you can see all the cities down here, that's all doing good. Dido has 3 cities left. I'm fine to leave them with those. They've got some campuses going up, but that's okay. And then Mali is doing this as well. Actually, no, I say that Indonesia's got a tiny little island over there. I mean, they are picking some random places to settle. Maybe they're going after strategics. Might be what they're up to. Who knows, really? Who knows? A great general. Nice. Okay, I'm going to pass on her just because I think there's probably better ones coming up later. But it's interesting that I'm winning those. Goddard is doing well. I'm building up a nice amount of faith to get myself the purchased spaceports later in the game. I've just built a water park in my capital in the hope that I can start to get some amenities into this city. It's proving tough. But I can purchase in now a Ferris wheel and then build myself an aquarium. Yeah, look at that. The amenities are pretty good here. I've just unlocked computers and the ice is about to melt in 3 turns. So we're just going to go around all my cities and quickly just intervene where we can with flood barriers just on the cities that need them. I have quite a lot of highland in this empire, so it's not probably going to be that bad, but I do need to just make sure that I've got the flood barriers up now, because they're going to be very difficult to build later when everything's underwater. Oh, that's exciting. That's a free city. That's something for me to liberate and get myself diplomatic favour and a reduction in grievances. So let's go and have a quick peek over here. Yeah, I'm hoping this should be a pretty simple liberation actually. My bombers can rip through those walls with distinct ease. Here we go, like so, Baruta. I mean, there's no way I was going to keep that city, so what I'll do is I'll just liberate it back to Dido, giving me tons and tons of favour and also reducing grievances with her considerably. Oh, this is where if I was playing as Australia, you'd just go, and here's the production, boom, and then you'd smile and everyone would be happy. Right, Goddard is in. That gives me 20% extra production towards space projects, and don't forget I can use them twice because I've got the mausoleum down here. So this is good. This is why I've been faffing around in my capital, just getting some infrastructure, and I'm just switching to nuclear power in the hope that my I stop producing so much carbon, because again, I'm just trying to be nice on the world stage, trying to just sort of eke that out a little bit. But yeah, this is going well at the moment. This is always a good one to do. You can search strategic resource in the top box and an improvement in the second box, and it just shows you all the resources you haven't improved around. Like there's some oil over here I can get near Save Rock and Roll. That would be a pretty decent pickup for me. Generally speaking, a lot of my improvements are actually under my districts, which is just brilliant. Like, I really could not have gone for that better. There's oil under that lake here. I don't know why that's not showing up for me, but that's something to go and think about. Maybe, is that oil under here as well? Yeah, there's oil under my harbour. There's coal under this tile and night visions. Alright, yeah, not too bad. Very huge lack of nuclear material, but I've just picked up a single nuclear piece here, which will help my capital just produce power very cleanly. Integrated space cell. Here we go. That'll boost my production of my capital even further, because, you know, Thar wasn't enough. Actually, solar farms I have already unlocked, so I probably need to go and get some builders. Actually, builders are a good thing. Build some solar panels. Haven't really done much of that recently. Mary Leakey. Here we go. Actually, that's a good point. I don't have any artifacts at the moment, but Babel does have the capacity for them, so I am just going to have to move her over to Babel, which is here. And then I need to think about getting an archaeologist in, or trading with someone who's likely to have them already, like Sweden, for instance. Like artifacts. Yeah, here we go. So silver coin, chalice, and mosaic. Now that would be 3. I don't know if Sweden are going to want to trade these, actually, so we'll give it a go. We'll trade her some luxuries. How much is she going to want for it? 77 gold per turn. Actually, that's not too bad, because if I give her 200 favour, yeah, look at that. So I can actually take a little bit of money out of her at the same time. But I mean, look at this deal. This is a deal and a half. If I just bring this down a little bit, like so. There we go. Wonderful. Okay, that means I've now got a city full of artifacts. That means I can use Mary Leakey to boost 3 more science. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Matthew Wilkinson, Salty Tech, and Helge Torp for all of your support on Patreon, as well as everybody else that likes, subscribes, joins up with Discord, and all of the other people who support me on Patreon. You really help me to do what I do. Thank you so much, I really appreciate it.